1900, Charles Rose stated that electric power was very well suited to his company's cars. Fast forward over a century, and that prediction is coming true with this. The Spectre, the first ever fully electric production-ready Rolls-Royce. Alright, calm down before you choke on your cornflakes. A car like this does actually make sense. Because back in 1900, Charles Rolls suggested that electric power for Rolls-Royce cars does make sense because of the effortless torque, the quietness, and the refinement. Sure, V12s were very good, but electrons flowing from batteries might be even better. When creating the Spectre, Rolls-Royce's objectives were simple: to build an uncompromisingly luxurious product that its customers will recognize as authentically Rolls-Royce and utilize the benefits provided to them with new propulsion technology. The car is based on the same architecture as the new Phantom and Ghost, which was designed from the ground up to accommodate electrified powertrains. Let's take a look at the design. Up to now, all we've seen of the Spectre is a heavily disguised mule, but here it is in its final form. And there are three things that Rolls-Royce wants us to focus on directly from the offset. The first is the headlights. This is the first car since the Phantom Coupe to introduce split-level lights. Here with an LED DRL at the top and the main beams positioned at the bottom. Secondly, there's the grille. It's an electric car, but it's also a Rolls-Royce. And Rolls-Royces have a signature piece, and that is the grille. This is actually the widest grille on any Rolls-Royce car ever. However, as it's not required to cool any engine underneath the bonnet. Its purpose is to direct and form air around the car to help improve aerodynamic efficiency. The third point is the Spirit of Ecstasy. She has had an extensive makeover that apparently took 830 hours to complete. It might not look like it, but she now has a bit more forward intent. In other words, she's leaning ever so slightly forward to hint at this car's dynamic performance. All in all, it actually has a pretty impressive drag coefficient of 0.25. That color, by the way, is chartreuse. Borrowed from a French herbal liqueur, it's a new shade for Rolls-Royce, introduced especially for the Spectre. In profile, company's aim was to create an almost monolithic shape with uninterrupted surfaces and a long wheelbase with beautifully intricate aerodynamic 23-inch wheels. The largest ever fitted to a modern Rolls-Royce coupe. At the rear, the Spectre has a very distinctive fastback design, where the back end swoops down dramatically, and standing close to it you get a real sense of that aero, two-tone paintwork. With chartreuse green on the outer edges and this diamond black finish across the boot lid, which is reflected by the bumper at the bottom. Arguably my favorite element at the rear, though, is these rear lights, which have this vertical design that is intended to mirror the look of the grille at the front of the car. This is a Rolls-Royce, of course, which means it does come with power-assisted doors. Just give it a slight tug, keep your hand on the handle, and it opens with zero effort. And of course, even though it's electric, the Spectre still comes with umbrellas and the bulkheads. No weight saving here. The rest of it is pretty much business as usual. I mean, it looks and feels like you'd expect a Rolls-Royce to feel. The major point of difference is the Spectre logo on the right-hand side of the dashboard, which is designed very tastefully mimic the Starlight headliner and the lights in the doors, but as for the rest of it, it is very much a Rolls-Royce. One of the first things you notice when you step inside the Spectre is that it still uses a big central transmission tunnel. Even though it doesn't have a traditional transmission, one of the reasons is that the batteries, or some of them, are actually packaged in this central area. The other reason is that Rolls-Royce's customers might expect to see a central transmission tunnel still. Again, Rolls-Royce hasn't confirmed the battery size, but it is said that it will rather cleverly use the battery packaging not only to improve range, but also refinement. The portion of the batteries that are located on the floor effectively serves as 700 kilograms of sound deadening. So noise from the underfloor region caused by road surfaces, tire, or wind noise doesn't filter through into the cabin quite as much as it would if the Spectre used an internal combustion engine. We can probably guesstimate from the weight of the battery at 700 kilograms and the weight of the fairly similarly sized Wraith at 2.4 tons. That the Spectre may tip the scales at close to 3 tons. So the fact that Rolls-Royce is aiming for a range of over 500 kilometers indicates the battery capacity is well north of 105 kilowatt hours. So that is the new Rolls-Royce Spectre, the company's first ever fully electric car. Pricing, well, it won't come cheap. This particular model, as you see it today, will set you back £375,000, and the car will be available from Q4 2023. Hopefully, we can bring you a review very soon. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you soon.